Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. It's another bake day. So if you saw my last baking video, and if you had watched it all the way to the end, thank you, you would have learned that in one of the next videos would have been showing you how to make a plain Oreo cake. And I say plain because all it is you take a white cake recipe and you throw in crumbled up Oreo cookies. So what I do is, you just put it in a food processor and away it goes. So you get a pretty plain Oreo cake. Now, if you don't feel like watching the whole video, the recipe will be in the description box, only I'm making a double recipe because I'm actually making kind of two cakes because I'm making a 1 and a 0 to make it look like a 10. So in the description box, it will be a single batch, while during the video, it'll show you how to make a double batch. So if you do stick around and watch the whole video, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. So let's get started. We need to use this loud ting right here. Makes a lot of noise. So what I'm going to try to do now that I have like a better video editing system is when this is on, you'll hear music instead. So I just have, hopefully I remember not to talk while this is going. And if there is parts where I forget to add music because I'm like just not paying attention while I'm editing, I deeply apologize and please be patient. I'm still learning how to use the new editing system. So let's get started. And I'm going to move you in here. Is that a good view? Probably not. Let's see if make sure we can get you as up on it as possible. I think that's the best I'm going to be able to do. I think. Because I really can't get you much closer than this. Yeah, I think that'll have to do. So, first things first is you want to start off with mixing your coconut oil. This is 1 cup of Nutiva coconut oil. It's the same company that makes the vegan margarine, the coconut margarine that I got this from. You can use shortening, you can use lard, you can use tallow. It's entirely up to you. I just prefer using this stuff. This is my preference. So this is 1 cup of coconut oil, and you want to mix this with 1.5 cups of organic white sugar. This is the Just Us brand. It's a company that's on the mainland, the mainland of Nova Scotia. I know Cape Breton's part of Nova Scotia, but we always call whatever is not on Cape Breton and is considered the rest of Nova Scotia, we call the mainland. That's how we grew up. I don't know why. It's just, I guess it's a Cape Breton thing. So you want to add 1.5 cups. A single batch would be 3/4 of a cup. And we just put that down, cover it up, and plug your ears. Okay. Now she's blended quite well. All right. Now after that, you want to add the egg replacer. Now this is 4 tablespoons of egg replacer mixed with 12 tablespoons of water. I can't eat eggs because I'm anaphylaxis to them, so I have to use this stuff. But if you would prefer to use eggs yourself, it would be 4 eggs for a double recipe, 2 for a single. Oh yes, we have to. Can't forget to lift this up. Pour that in. Okay. Put this back down. And now let's hold on to our butts. There we go. It smells good already. Okay, now after the eggs or egg replacer, which you prefer, next is the vanilla. This is 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. You can also use the artificial stuff. I just prefer using the pure because the artificial stuff has caramel coloring in it, which is a carcinogen, and I don't like. I try to avoid carcinogens like the plague. It's not always easy, but I try my best. In a single batch would be only 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Don't really need to lift the thingy for that. And hold on. Okay, now that that's done, now we're going to kind of take you over here a little bit for the next step. Because the next step is to mix some of the dry ingredients. Oh, and before I forget, you have to preheat your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 177 Celsius. Yes, I know. I will push start. It tells you when to push start. Okay. So, get your flour. This is the einkorn flour. This is, how many cups? A single batch is 1 3/4 cup of flour. So a double batch is 3.5 cups of flour. Now, this is the einkorn flour. You can use the hybridized wheat, you can use spelt, you can use whole wheat. It's entirely up to you. I prefer using this stuff because most einkorn flour is organic. The best one I've been able to find is the Jovial brand. It comes from Italy. And hopefully try to see if I can get it ordered here so I don't have to constantly order it online. But nope. So whatever type of flour you wish to use is entirely up to you. This is just what I prefer because I know too much. Because even like the organic flour, it's still sprayed with folic acid, which is very hard on the brains of people who have ADD and ADHD. And not only that, they grow the organic stuff right next to the stuff that gets sprayed here in North America. They don't have the same strict rules like they do in Italy. So because I've tried eating the organic hybridized wheat and I still get stomach issues. I eat this, I have no issues. So why not? So it's mixing this with, this is 2 teaspoons, or no, this is 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is the Bob Red Mills. It's gluten-free and non-GMO. I don't think it's organic. So you mix this into there. And then you also want to add this, which is half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. This is just regular cream of tartar. I think it's Clubhouse, or is it McKenna's? Or McCormick cream of tartar. And it's just your regular branded cream of tartar. It's like it's a byproduct of winemaking. So, and this is half a teaspoon. A single batch would be 1/4 of a teaspoon. That goes in next. Next is 1 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. I prefer using this kind of salt because the Celtic sea salt has 3 different kinds of magnesiums, which your body loves and needs. It also helps you to pull in more moisture and keep yourself better hydrated. Another good one is Baja Gold. Celtic I like because it's a little bit cheaper and it's more closer to me because Baja Gold comes from Mexico, while Celtic comes from the Carolinas. You can use the Himalayan pink salt. It has 2 different magnesiums, but you have to be careful with it because some of them have heavy metals in them due to the mining process of how they extract the salt from the ground. Regular sea salt, I believe, only has 1 magnesium, and table salt has none. And table salt is what will actually raise your blood pressure because it's a dehydrator and it will not pull in any water at all. And it's just simply mix it up like so. And then we turn you back over to here. Adjust the camera again so we can get you. Stay. Will it stay? Okay. Yes, no, maybe. It's trying to get it to be more over here. It wants to lean back, and I want it to be lean forward. Shouldn't I move it? I had it where I wanted it to be. That'll have to do. I think it won't fall over there. Okay. Now once you have all your dry ingredients mixed up, now I find the best way to add this to like not have as many lumps is to like do a half and half. So you add a little bit. Turn it on. Okay, add a tiny bit more. And try not to spill it. Oh, shoot. I'm spilling. That always works too. Because I actually find doing it that way is the best way. I don't know why I forgot about it. It's been a while since I had to make a cake. Actually, it's been, yeah, because I never made a cake last year for my youngest's birthday. He wanted his stepsister to make it. So we can get it done a little bit quicker, and I think this will be the last ladle. The next time I'll be just not my choice of stand mixers. Like if I had my choice, I would love to have a KitchenAid. I know my boyfriend has one at his house. It's not his, it's his mother's, and his sister uses it and his oldest daughter does. But I've used one when I was staying with my Aunt Jessie. Was it fall or winter? I think it was the fall. There we go. Put this back down if I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Turn. Yeah, and the one my Aunt Jessie had was awesome. I love that machine so much. So if I had like a wish list, or if I had like spending money and I could get what I wanted, I would definitely get one of those. Okay. Now, the next thing to add is the milk. This is 2 cups of soy milk. You can use goat's milk, dairy milk, cashew, almond, oat, rice, it's whichever you prefer. However, if you're going to use some of the plant-based milks, I would stick with the soy, mostly because a lot of the other ones have seed oils in them. I have no clue as to why they started putting seed oils in them. So far, the only ones that I found that don't have the seed oils is the silk soy and the silk cashew. All the other ones have seed oils, and it makes no sense on why they're adding seed oils. I don't want seed oils in my food. I'm trying to avoid them. Please don't do that anymore. Okay, so now the milk. Okay, I forgot to not talk while it was running. Anyways, this is why it makes so much of a mess. Like, it's great, like it stops stuff coming out here, but then it all gets in the back here and it makes a mess of your machine, which I don't like. And it's still popping out. All right. Now, the last thing to add is, of course, the Oreos. Now, it's just original Oreos. You can find gluten-free Oreos, only in my area, I'd have to order them, and by the time Raymond decided on what kind of cake he wanted, they wouldn't have arrived on time, so I'm using the regular ones. Fortunately, regular Oreos don't use enriched flour. I don't know how they get away with it, but they do. So there's no folic acid in Oreos. However, if you do have like a gluten allergy or a sensitivity to wheat, this doesn't work. So I won't be taste testing these, like, unfortunately, because I can't. But I will let everybody know, here's the thingamabob, how it went at the birthday party. So this is 20 Oreo cookies that are grounded up. It's best to use a food processor because it gets them really crumbly. If you don't have a food processor and you still want to make this recipe, a Ziploc bag and a hammer. That's how I used to make these without the food processor. And when I got my little food processor, I was like, yeah, bang on. I didn't have to worry about it anymore. But yeah, a hammer and a Ziploc bag. Okay, I think that is good. Yeah, because I'll have to wash that before I make the icing. And the icing has coconut oil and Oreo cookies in it too. Take you out. I'm going to put you on a plate and save you for one of the boys when they come home. And then they get to lick the spoon. Because what kid doesn't like to lick the spoon? Okay. Oh. It appears it does not want to come out. Okay. This is new. Maybe my hands are just a little too wet. Because normally you can twist it. There we go. I just needed more power. Or just put that up against the microwave. So let's move you to over here. Just going to scrape down the side so then the Oreo gets all in it. There we go. Yum, yum, yum. And not very organized, I'm sorry. So now we're going to put it in the cake pans. These are greased cake pans. Well, actually, this is a bread pan. But if you want to make like a simple, like if your child is turning 10 and you want to make him like a birthday cake in the shape of 10, a bread pan works. Because this is a 1. And your bun pan can be a 0. 10. Okay. And we just simply pour it right in. Okay. That's, if you can hear that, that's one of my cats, I think, trying to cough up a hairball. That's pretty much enough for that one, so we'll put the rest back in this one. There we go. And I need to move you just a little bit more so I can open my door. There we go. And we put her in. Just like so. Okay. And they go in for about 50 minutes. Sometimes it might be more, depending on your oven. I've been having problems lately with mine. Go figure. Because I've been here. Oopsies. I've been in this house now since the last 11 years. This oven was here when I moved in, so I know it's older than 11 years. How much older, I don't know. Because I already have a burner that's out. And apparently can't be replaced because of the type it is. Or that's just my local co-op running me around. But yeah, once you take it out, you take a knife and you gotta check it. I'll be doing that later. But right now, I have to kind of clean up a little bit because we're gonna mix Oreo icing. So we'll be back. Okay, so we're back. Now it's time to do the icing. There's still about 17 minutes left on the timer because it took me that long to clean up the other stuff and get other things ready for the next thing that I need to make. So now it's the frosting. And it's pretty much the same thing. You crumble up more Oreos and then you add them to the frosting. So, but this is a homemade frosting. So bear with me. To get you back in the spot. There we go. So this is 4 cups of coconut oil. Again, you can use shortening, lard, tallow. It's entirely up to you. I prefer coconut oil because it really is healthier. I think tallow, I would probably say, would be the next healthiest. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah, so with this, you'll want to mix 2 cups of arrowroot powder. This is the Bob's Red Mill. It is gluten-free. I can't remember if it's organic or not. I know it's gluten-free and non-GMO. I think that's it. But you'll be wanting to mix this with the coconut oil. Ooh, dusty. So you have a rough idea of what's going to happen. So we're going to start slow. And voila. Now, the next thing we're going to want to add is maple syrup. Don't mind the white dots. It's just more coconut oil because I didn't want to use another bowl and dirty it. So this is 2 cups of pure maple syrup. Yum, yum, yum. Now, this kind of maple syrup is the kind that is actually harvested not that far from me. It's a Marguerite maple syrup. They give tours every March break for the kids. And the boyfriend and I take the kids during March break. And what a ball they have. Starting to look like frosting already. Next is the vanilla. The vanilla. This is 8 teaspoons. It's a single batch of smaller of pure vanilla extract. You can use the artificial. However, I prefer the pure because in the artificial vanilla extract there's caramel coloring. And that's a carcinogen, and I do not want to put that in my kids. And if I can avoid carcinogens, I will so like the plague. So here we go. Yum, 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 yum. Last but not least is the icing sugar. This is Wholesome Hearts organic icing sugar. I think I can find it at one of the co-ops here. I'm not 100% sure. I saw it there once. I'm not sure if it's still there because I never really looked for it. It's organic, and I just prefer, if I can find organic and use organic, I'm going to use organic. You don't need to use the organic icing sugar if you do not wish. It is entirely up to you. Don't feel bad. If it doesn't bother you, you do you, boo. Me, I know too much. Okay. Last but not least, this is 20 Oreo cookies crumbled up. I did it in a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a hammer and a Ziploc bag. That works too. That's what I've had to do before I got a food processor. Because my kids do like my Oreo cake. and things that I kind of make also with Oreos, like Brookie's, Oreo cupcakes. Yeah, they like it all. Okay. And voila! Oreo icing. Okay. Scrape you off later for whoever wants to lick this stuff. There we go. She came out. And now, because we still have some time left before the cakes come out of the oven, this is going to go in the fridge. When it comes to coconut oil, you have to refrigerate it if you want it to stay like thick and pliable. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Cakes are done. Now it's time to take them out of the oven. Don't turn your oven off because you have to test them first to see if you don't need to put them back in. Excuse me. Ooh. They fluffed up. Okay, now we need a knife. Time to test. Oh, it's clean. Hold on over here. Still clean. And in the middle. Ah. No, that one's got to go back in for a little bit. Knife. Clean. 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 Okay, he's got to go back in for at least another 5 more minutes. Okay. Because see what I mean? Your oven, as it gets older, it will start to bake unevenly when you get something like that. Where this is fine, that one wasn't. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, we're back. It's time to take out the one to see if that one finally baked properly. And again, don't turn off your oven yet until you do the knife test. Now, we know this part was good, this part was good, it was dead center. Clean. It's all set and ready to go. So now, you can turn off the oven. Keep your door open, let the heat come up in the house. If it's during the winter time, fall or spring, use that heat. Save on the power and oil. Summertime, leave it closed so that you're not overheating yourself. Making your ACs come on, your air pump. Unless you're like me and you cheap out and you just open your windows. Then let it go. So, now, these have to sit for 20 minutes before we can take them out of the pans. So 20 minutes. It's a process. So we'll be back in 20 minutes so you can see how the proper way to take them out of the pan. With your fingers crossed that they don't fall apart. Okay, so the 20 minutes is up, and now it's time to see if we can safely remove the cakes from the cake pans. Now, the way I want to arrange these is I would like to put them on a single sheet. So then that way they can be together, you can cut them together and whatnot. So, to do that, you can buy stuff at, I think it's dollar store, where it'll be like on a sheet or whatnot, and it's decorated, it looks nice and pretty and whatnot. However, if you're a little bit on the poor side, or you're a little rednecky, and you're like, meh, it doesn't need to be that pretty, you can always get a baking pan and wrap it in aluminum foil. Super simple. And just like that. Simple. Cheap. I know. Okay, now for the coup de grace. Giving it a little shake. Because this is going to go here, and the one is going to go here. And because this one came out of the oven first, like it was done good, we're going to still fairly hot. So it's still a lot warmer than what I thought it would be. But it still came out perfect. See? Ta-da! And I have to hurry up because the buses are going by and the kids are going to be here soon. Here, Angus. Get that for me. Clean her up. And with the aluminum foil, it makes it easy to move it. So then that way, we have the room for this. Now, because it's a bread pan, it's going to be a little bit harder taking it out. If it's crumbly on the top, that's fine, because you kind of have to shape it a little bit anyways to make it like the one. And it came out good too. Now, before you can decorate these, they have to sit for 1 hour before you can put the frosting on them. So, we'll be back in an hour. And also by then, the frosting would have thickened up and like hardened a bit better, and it's going to be way easier to spread it on the cake. So, we'll be back in an hour. Okay, so we're back. The cake has actually sat for practically 2 hours or more. We are going to decorate now. If you do hear noises in the background, it's because my kids are home. And sometimes, like children, they're going to it's hard for them to stay quiet. So, icing is doing very well. So now we're gonna start. We're gonna do the one first. To get it on here. Might be better to use the spatula first. So what I may have to do is do a voiceover of this, because so we're going to just try to get this to spread on. It's still a little cold, so it might give us some trouble, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Try not to move it too much. Yeah, see, when it comes to the coconut oil, it really hardens in the fridge. And trying to leave it out longer. Maybe if I use a butter knife. There we go. Can result in it being almost too hard to work with, unfortunately. Which is the case here. I have to turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. So excuse my head in the way. I am by no means a professional baker. I've learned everything from my mama, who was not a professional baker either, but my goodness, could she bake. I've often thought about getting one of the frosting spatulas or cake spatulas, but in this size, because I see them in this size and they look far more easier to work with. But I have difficulty finding one. I know I could probably order one online, but I'm trying to use my credit card as less as possible and shop as locally as possible, which isn't always easy. Voilà. Oh. So we got the 1 done. Now to work on the 0. It's okay if it goes in the middle. We'll use it to spread it from there. I know it just looks like I'm slapping it on, but I'm also trying to rush here because I have to leave in an hour. I would like to get this done, and I will also like to start supper as well because I haven't really eaten. I had a bowl of cereal before doing this because I was extremely hungry. Spoon. And I'm really sorry if I'm not very talkative during this section of the video. Like, it's get her done. think. I think that's it. I think. I'm missing a little bit in there. It was scraping. This one I might have taken cake ice off of this one, and now it doesn't want to go on. Most likely because the coconut oil is starting to get too hot. So we have to hurry. And as you can see, I made too much. It's always better to have too much than not enough. And now for the caramel tart. These are the candles for in between. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta get another bag of Oreos. Okay. Another bag of Oreos. I'm gonna finish up the cake before it starts to melt. And voila. Get the candles on it and then wrap it up and put her in the fridge until the party. All right, every color but pink. Some more in here. There we go. And voila. And that's it. That's a simple Oreo cake. As simple as can be. Now, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, you can always give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But if you really like the video and you love it, I would greatly appreciate a like and a subscribe. So, I can't taste test this. I will, let you know what the kids think of it. But in the meantime, live long, bake on.